What up, Bars Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Dropping Bars podcast. I am your host, Kimron Corian, and today I have with me on the pod XO King Dre, the
That's
man
it.
himself.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Dre, welcome to Dropping Bars.
Happy to be here, bro. Happy to get the opportunity, to speak some bars.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
So,
man.
Dre, just tell the Bars Nation who is XO King Dre.
Well, XO King Dre is international comedian.
Yeah, man.
I do content creation, influence, promoting events, promoter. You know, well known on the internet, Alan White, very professional.
Right. And
Yeah.
so now I understand the King Dre. Where does it where did the EXO came from? I was like, because in the beginning I'm like, why EXO? Is that like a young people thing? Is that like a influencer thing?
Well, back in the days, EXO was kind of like a slang, for Instagram. You add your name, you put EXO, Plus, I was a weekend fan, so I just
Oh,
randomly put EXO with King Dre because I love King Batch. I still watch a lot of King Batch videos, our next content
okay.
creator. So I
Yeah,
use
no
King Batch.
batch.
So I mix it. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. So
Yeah,
so
man.
so now how did you get involved in content creation and being an influencer? Because I mean, you're Grenadian just like me, and in Grenada, we're pretty much told that we go to school and we want to get a job, we want to go work in this place, that place, go work in the bank, go work wherever. And I know, for example, my trajectory before I got into the digital space, I studied economics and I was working in like finance and so on. I just left and went directly into social media and digital media and digital marketing, and
Yeah.
that wasn't really a career path way back then. So you are one of the first persons to like really embrace this whole you know role of being a content creator and influencer sort of full time in Grenada. What inspired you to get into that space?
Well, the journey all started, when I was in college. I was doing content creation by posting funny dance videos in my Instagram story.
Mm-hmm.
Then I recognized, out there on the streets, I get recognition. And I like people actually, interested in it because that's what I used to do. I used to do like a trailer of the video in my stories. I used to tell them, yo, the video dropping Friday, 6 o'clock. And I used to make a poll to see who ready to for the video. And I realized, I get a lot of engagement, so then I say my confidence level start to rise. So then I moved to uploading Instagram, Facebook, all platforms. Then it just start taking off there. Then I say I wanted to do skits now. So what I did, CXC time, I made a funny skit related to CXC. Then it blew up the whole of Grenada see because it's CXC. And everybody could relate to it, you understand? So then I say, nah, something buzzing this, something I get an attraction this. So let me hold on to it. I just keep pushing, and I reached to a level now where I'm very proud of myself. Yeah.
Well, that's really good. That's really good because I mean, you saw something, you tapped into it, and you embraced it all the way.
Yep.
That's yeah,
Yep.
that's really good. So would you is this something that you will encourage other like young up and coming content creators, people who are aspiring to be influencers? Is it something that you will encourage them, a path that you will encourage them to pursue?
Definitely. Definitely. Once you'll find, you believe in yourself and you want to do it full time, you go for it. Whatever you want to do full time, you just have to go for it. Don't matter how long it might take, just know that one day it must be successful to you. And that is exactly what I did, you know, because I did AC HVAC in college. And while I done college and I working, I was getting equipment. I was like every payment I was buying little equipment. I was buying a little ring light. I was buying tripod. You know, so I was using money from that skill to create another source of income, you know, and still having fun. Then
Right.
I just realized, you know, then I did a free promo for my mom. I said, let me give the promo a shot. I did a free promo for her. It went viral. Like, people coming in she store. She saying she never see people come so and talking about they see a video and they want to see a panty you have. She said she never see that. So those Digicel contact me. That once as Digicel contact me, then everything just changed for me.
Just sell
Everything,
off.
yeah, yeah.
So big up Digicel on that one.
Big up Digicel. Yeah, man.
All right. No, that's really good, but I'm really happy to hear that. So right now you create content full time. So you're a full time content creator and influencer.
Correct. Full time.
And so do you are you is that something that you see yourself in like for the long haul? I know, for example, you did AC HVAC in TAMCC,
Solid. Right.
but right now you're saying content creation, being an influencer, that's the long haul for you.
Correct. Because the way her
Okay.
life is going, social media is taking over. AI is taking over. You
Mm-hmm.
know, everything is developing. There is no more. There's no more people listening to much radio. People listen to much TV. Everybody on their phone. And if I could use resources, if I could use this, you know, to get an income, then I just had to continue pushing and pushing. You know.
All
Yeah.
right. Great. No, you do some very creative skits. I mean, where how do you come up with these ideas to to like do all this like creative stuff?
Well, I mean, the creativity comes from, you know, reality, you know, everyday experience in life and stuff, you know. Things go just happen randomly. I'll be like, what? That video idea? I just go in my notepad, write it down. I don't know why my brain work like that, but I just keep getting ideas. Sometimes I just be sleeping and I get an idea and I have to wake up and write it down because I will never remember it after again. And I find that was very strange and you know, but them ideas come from, you know, real life situations, you know, growing up and them kind of way. Yeah.
Right. And you make a really good point, which is whenever the idea comes to you, you immediately write it down so that you don't forget it, and you bring it, I guess, full circle from the thought process to maybe scripting out the video and then shooting the video. But speaking about that, do you write a script for your videos, or you just like freestyle it when the idea comes?
No, I always write a script. I believe in once you
Mm-hmm.
prepare something and you plan it out properly, you get the best results from that. Freestyling, yes, freestyling could work sometime, but if you take your time and write down something, you could get another idea. And you'll say, oh, let me add that in there. That's something funny. You understand? It's all about how the algorithm work for me. I know that, you know, at certain point in the video where you might have a dead point and people wouldn't be interested in watching. So you have to try to keep everybody engagement high for the whole video. So that one, I just always keep on writing my script and always just try to get powerful, you know, parts. So I never let the video die off. Yeah.
Right. So no, let's talking about your creative process and your content creation process. Now you have a character. You have a character called Susan.
Yeah.
Now, where did the inspiration for Susan come from? Because Susan is a staple. As a matter of fact, I see Susan have her own social media, her own Instagram profile. Where did Susan come from? Susan a representation of somebody like in real life?
Well, I believe, as a comedian, a content creator, you have to be versatile. And I believe that I needed to create a family. I need to create a family of my own. And different characters, display a more powerful point in a video. So if I was just pretend to be a female without wearing a dress, without wearing a wig, then it would not have, engage with enough people as it should. So that's why I tried my best to create as much characters as possible. Right now, I have a whole family. A whole family. I have my wife, I have a kid, I have a Rastaman character, I have a uncle, I have a Susan friend, which is Tiffany. I just, it's just our vibes. Yeah.
And the beauty of it is that you play all the characters.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the
Well,
beauty of
except when I see sometime Frost with you in the videos.
Right. Right. Pull along from sometime, to do a collab. Yeah.
So now you mentioned something. You mentioned something the collab. So I know normally, I mean, Frost is your guy. Like that's
Yeah.
your that's your guy. When I first started watching your videos, I realized, okay, well, I mean, that's your guy. You will pull him in to do the videos. But do you normally collaborate with other influencers on the local circuit, like other influencers in Grenada? Because we have other content creators, other people who are doing their thing. Do you normally collaborate with them, and how important it is for you to collaborate with other influencers, or do you think that you prefer to do it like by yourself?
Right. Well, I believe, well, I do collaborate with content creators. I collaborate with Papi Official, which is in my same niche as comedy. Um, who else? There are much content creators, but I try my best to try and collaborate as much content creators because I know that my followers might not be all their followers. Their followers might not be all my followers. So if two set of followers come together and watch our content, then the engagement rate could be so much higher. It could, cause our content, our video to blow up, which already happened with me and Papi because we did some collabs already and it just went off crazy. You understand? So it's all about collaborating and trying to get as much engagement from one side to the other and merging it and, building our vibes. Yeah.
Right, and yeah, because I've seen a couple of Papi videos as well, and I mean, he's really good at what he does as well. It's one
Yeah.
of the, as a matter of fact, I see you and Papi as the two, to me, leading comedy content creators in Grenada. I mean, I started seeing, interestingly enough, I started seeing some other creators that are coming up that actually have a
Yeah.
lot of potential. I,
Yeah.
I, I see there's a young lady that I see. I don't remember her name. She don't
Zuri.
ever speak in her video. Yes, that's her.
Zuri.
Yeah, I mean, I love her videos. I love her
Yeah.
videos. She hardly speaks. It
Yeah.
reminds me of Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean don't speak in his movies, in his videos, but he kills you, like you're laughing all the
Yeah.
way. She reminds me of that. Like I love her videos. So I mean, it's really, I'm really impressed to see how that space is growing in Grenada. Now let's talk about from the business side of things though, in terms of working with brands. Now, one of the things that I've been advocating for a while is for brands, businesses to work with influencers like yourself, like Papi, like Zuri, because you have, number one. Okay, let me take you back a little bit. Now, before I could tell you or an audience how great my product is, I need to have their attention. And in order to have their attention, I need to know where the attention is. And if I can find people that already have those people's attention, that those people pay attention to on a daily basis or whatever, then maybe it might make sense for me to collaborate with those people that already have the attention of the audience I'm trying to reach. Which is why I've always advocated for brands, businesses working with influencers. As a matter of fact, every brand that I consult with, I ensure that I add influencer marketing as part of the overall strategy that I do. Now, how have you find do you see? I know you've worked with some brands. You've been working with brands, but on the broader scale, how do you see brands' reaction to the whole influencer marketing space? Do you think that it's something that they're embracing wholeheartedly, or are brands more a little bit reserved? Now I know, for example, you do the promotion. I know when people have like sessions and parties and whatever, they will call you up. You will do the promotion. They will call up Pappy, whoever. You will do the promotion. But like established businesses, do you see them including influencer marketing as part of the strategy? And what would you say to like a big company that might be considering influencer marketing, but they're not sure that could work for them? Like how have you seen brands embracing influencer marketing?
Right. Well, so far, brands are starting to realize that social media marketing is now the best type of marketing right out now. They're starting to realize that people no longer listen to radios, people no longer listen to television. If they want to watch news, they will watch it on a live, Facebook Live, some type of live. You understand? And businesses, companies starting to realize now that the internet is a very good place to get engagement. It's a very good place to get people attention because everybody on their phone, every minute, every hour, somebody on the phone right now waiting for a video. Could post a video. No, in a second, somebody will see that video. And people don't be listening to radio as they should as before now, as back in the days. You understand? And I believe that the more brands use social media influencers to help promote their brand, that will give them, a more reach, a more engagement. You understand? And I just find, they should understand now how much social media marketing is doing for companies, not only in Grenada but overseas, all around the world. It's just the new way of marketing. Yeah.
Right. So now for you've been on social media, you understand the social media space. Now I am a social media strategist, I am a digital communication consultant, I am a social media strategist, but you are even more into that than I am, because you're actively creating content on a daily basis, so you would have insights that businesses can benefit from that I don't have. For example, we've done some work together, and I know like you will tell me, hey, I think you should do this and you should do that, because I notice when I get more engagement. So I will get little social media tips from you, right? So now, what kind of advice can you give to businesses for them to, let's say, really enhance their social media marketing? Are we talking about those who are not those who not doing social media? We're gonna get them on board soon. But for the people who are using social media now, how what advice or what tips can you give to them when they're on social media? Whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on TikTok, whether it's on Facebook, what tips can you give to businesses to enhance their social media marketing?
Okay. So tips I could give them is that videos, promotion videos do way better than just a regular picture on social media. People attention span is very short lately due to TikTok. TikTok is taking a lot of people's time, watch time, and it's only videos that are being uploaded on TikTok. And a good way to, to try and get people attention to engage with customers is through trends. Now, following a trend, so you might have a song, a song that's trending, and everybody looking at that song. So if a business say, well, look now, let me take all my employees and let me make a video with that trend. So like, let's say a trending song, like a song. So if they bring all some employees, they do a little dance, and in that dance they have something on the side showing, hey, discount for this, that. That is, you understand? The attention is on the dance, but also on the discount. And while that trend is doing well, their video will also do well because everybody watching that video, then TikTok will realize, okay, that person like that song, they go show our next video with that same song. And that is how marketing works. So businesses also use influencers, in terms of social media marketing. Collaboration with an influencer does so much better than just a company just doing they post for their own self. People attention span is very short, and once they ain't entertained, then they will just swipe. They don't have time for that. They just swipe. So in terms of using a content creator now, they will be like, hey, another person, let me watch a video. The attention span want to see what they want to see what a video is about. They're watching the full video because of the influencer in the video. So that is a different form of marketing, other than they just record, okay, they have an item and they just record and they show the item. And but if you get an influencer to have the item, say what? That looking good, eh? How now you testing? I feel like I have to make my friend try that out. More engagement. More engagement going on there. So there's a few tips I could give them.
Something that you mentioned, and I want to go back and just kind of expound on it a little bit, just in case anybody listening did not fully understand what you said, or may not understand exactly what you mean. You mentioned the collaboration, and I just want to clarify that for some people, and what Dre is talking about, and you could tell me stop me if I'm saying the wrong thing. What Dre is talking about is, for example, on Instagram, you as a brand or a company, if let's say you're working with an influencer like Dre, you can create what is called a collaboration post, which means that that video or that piece of content now appears natively on your profile and on the influencer's profile. And in that way, you normally get way more engagement than if you were to just post something on your profile for yourself. So that is something. If you're working with an influencer, it's always best to do well if that's based on the agreement that you have with them. It's always best to do like a collaboration post so that the content appears on both your profiles, and in that way the engagement and I mean I've seen it work wonders, and the engagement is just way more. So definitely engaging with influencers, like Dre said, trends. Now I want to put one caveat here. Now, you're not gonna jump on a trend for jumping on a trend sake, because, for example, if your company, if there's a trend that's out there, and that trend is not in line with your company, whether it's the essence of what you are, and you just jump on it for jumping on it sick, then the internet is very harsh, and they could come after you. People can attack you for that, right? But obviously you want to jump on the right trends, and again, trending music. That's a big thing. Dre talk about trending music. If you can put trending music behind your content, man, like this goes crazy. Dre, what's your favorite platform to create content for?
My favorite platform, I believe, is Instagram. I find my audience on Instagram, they give a better engagement, with the comments, with the shares, with everything just different. Facebook platform, my audience is very wider in terms of age. The age range could be up to 75 because my content are so clean that they don't have to worry about where to watch it, who to watch it around. You understand? Which is a good thing for content creators. Always keep your content clean. Because guys, there are kids who looking at your content. There are elderly people looking at your content. And brands are definitely looking for people that create contents that are clean and respectable people. You understand? So that is where my Facebook audience is with older people, and they respect my content a lot. TikTok is a wider range. TikTok will get your video shown all around the world. Once you do the right hashtag, once you do the right hook, once you do the hook, the algorithm just wider on TikTok, wider all Caribbean countries. But the only problem I have with TikTok is that Grenadians get recognized as Jamaicans for some reasons.
Mm.
So it's kind of hard to really get a Grenadian audience on TikTok. But other than using the hashtag Grenada TikTok with the Grenada flag and thing, that might work. But they still will recognize it as a Jamaican.
Okay, well, look at that. I didn't even realize that. And
Yeah.
something that you mentioned about TikTok and the reach on TikTok. You see, one of the things about TikTok is, and I noticed other social media platform are starting to kind of do the same thing. Now, TikTok is focused a lot on the interest graph, meaning that you can have 0 followers and go viral on TikTok because it's all about the interest in your content. And that's the reason why you find there's a more wider sort of reach on TikTok, because you can literally post something on TikTok today, have like 10 followers, 50 followers. It doesn't matter how wide your audience is. You can have a million followers on TikTok, and somebody can have just 10 followers on TikTok, and they could post a video and get more views than you, because TikTok algorithm favors interest. So it's all about the interest of the person in the video, the interest graph, and which is one of the reasons why TikTok is a great platform for creating content. And the problem is, with all the whole in I guess the whole banning TikTok movement that's going on in the US, and well, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter, because even if they ban TikTok, that attention will go somewhere, and wherever the attention goes, that's where we're gonna be as well. That's where Dre and others are gonna be creating content. So wherever the attention go, so whether TikTok come and go, it doesn't matter.
Correct. Correct.
Right.
Correct.
All
Correct.
right. Great. So, Dre, before we wrap up, is there anything else that you would want to share with the Bars Nation as it relates to, being an influencer? Any advice that you want to give to up and coming influencers and content creators?
All right. So to content creators, one advice I want to give to them is that have a strategy. You're posting something, make sure you add a text, make sure you have a caption, make sure the caption relatable to the content and the text on the content. That is a very important thing. Another thing, hashtags. Hashtags have to be relatable to the video as well. Hashtag definitely have to be relatable to the video. In that way, the algorithm will realize, okay, that is what the video is about. That is the niche. So then you go push the video further. To companies, they need to get content creators involved. It's a must. I don't begging them. I don't just saying that, but there's a lot of competition on the internet, a lot of competition. And some people go think, well, we go use flyers, you go put it on news, but the world is changing where
Yeah.
social media is taking over.
All right, great. I just started coughing for whatever reason. I need to drink some more water. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah.
So, Dre, thank you so much for blessing us on the podcast today, Bars Nation. Thank you for tuning into another episode of the Dropping Bars podcast. And Dre, again, man, thank you so much. Thank you for all that you do.
No
Keep doing your
problem.
thing. I mean, I'm a fan, so I'm gonna keep. You know what? Nah. How could I forget that? Before you go, you must talk about the King's Dream apparel. No, we cannot talk about that. Before we go, tell me about the King's Dream apparel, man.
All right. So the King Dream apparel is all about King Dre's ambitious movement. Now, this brand is not only to just say I make as an influencer and I just create a clothing brand. I created this now to help people to, to believe in themselves, to chase their dreams, because what I did, is very rare for somebody in Grenada to make it so far as a content creator. This is very new to Grenada, and I believe that you have other people out there that have the ability to do the same thing, and the more people we pull together, it will be better for Grenada. Giving Grenada a wider audience. Yeah, gives a good tourist attraction. You go put us on the map, and
Yeah.
this clothing brand is to where to help motivate others, to believe in themselves. Yeah,
All
man.
right. Yeah, so that's King Dream. So you can check out Dre's clothing line on Instagram. I mean, just check out XO King Dre across social media and check out his content. Check out his clothing. Check out his brand. Dre, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. Bars Nation, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Dropping Bars podcast. I am your host, Kimron Corian. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast wherever you are consuming it on, whether on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're consuming the podcast. Just like, comment, share, leave a review. When you do that, you encourage me to keep going, and I can get other guests to come on and talk about what they're doing. People like XO King Dre and the others. So, Boss Nation, thank you for tuning in. And Dre, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.